map again. Tried to look up African Americans. Couldn't find it. So I realized that here we are, born in America, without an ethnicity. We cannot go to the world map and pick out and identify where our central heritage is in Africa. We can't find that. See? Then I discovered something. I discovered that we are ancient Egyptian descendants, because ancient Egypt is lying in the continent of Africa unclaimed. So nobody's claiming that. See? Now, the rest of the indigenous people, African people living in the continent of Africa, they have their own ethnic and geographical identity. A person from Ghana can go to the world map and pick out Ghana as being where his ancestors came from. Nigeria, the same way. Zimbabwe, the same way. They don't have to claim ancient Egypt. But yet, the ancient Egyptian culture and civilization is lying unclaimed in the continent of Africa. Unclaimed, why? Because we, as American-born Africans, have been taught away from ancient Egypt on purpose. This is by design. Because when I went to school, they gave me a book called Little Black Sambo. And I'm sure that the people are sitting out there in the audience was given the same book. Little Black Sambo. And this is all we were supposed to be, Little Black Sambo. They gave that book to the white children in the school. At the same time they gave that book to us in the school. And those little white children felt superior over us. And this Little Black Sambo book was supposed to degrade us and diminish us as a people. But here, I'm Little Black Sambo, but guess what? I found out something, that I was a descendant of the greatest people that's ever walked this earth. Known today in history as the ancient Egyptians. Huh? I am somebody. I know who I am. I know who you are. I want you to claim that. And you stop telling the world that you are a black person, that you're a Negro, that you're an African American. You tell them, I am an African ancient Egyptian. Don't say Egyptian, because a white man can walk up to you and say, I'm an Egyptian too. He can say that. An Arab, a white Arab over there, living over there in what they call the Middle East, can walk up to you and say, I'm an Egyptian also. A Chinese can be an Egyptian. Indian of India can be an Egyptian. But no one can be identified and called an ancient Egyptian but us. Why? You have to be African to be an ancient Egyptian. See, you can't be anything else but an African to be an ancient Egyptian. And like I said before, the people living in Africa, the other Africans, don't have to claim ancient Egypt because they have their own identity to claim, their own culture, their own geography that they can point to on the world map. But we, in this country, we don't have that privilege to do so. We don't have that training that gives us that identity. We've been trained away from our ancestors, the ancient Egyptians. Now, why am I saying and directing my lecture to the Africans born in America to liberate themselves? Because once we liberate ourselves in the United States of America, then all of Africa is liberated. Okay? All of Africa comes up with us. You know why? Because we are the leaders of all the Africans living in the world and throughout the world and throughout the continent of Africa. We're the leaders The whole world is following us. We are the Pied Pipers of the world. When we hip-hop, everybody hip-hop.